Hey, Claire. What's going on with that guy you brought home today? He was your boyfriend, right? What was his name again? Frank, was it? He's got some really important job at some big company, right?
Geez, what's got you so hyped up all of a sudden? This is completely out of left field. We're living in the same house. Why are you even texting me about this?
What? I'm taking a bath right now. I'm not about to just cut my relaxation time short when I can text you.
Seriously? You can't just wait to get out to talk to me? Ugh, whatever. My personal life has nothing to do with you anyway, so why are you asking me about him?
Nothing to do with me? What are you talking about? Of course it has to do with me. If you're really serious about this guy, he could end up being my brother-in-law, remember? And that's not all. You said he lost both of his parents in an accident or something, right? And he's got no living relatives, right?
Yes, I did say that. I also said that it's horribly sad that he's lost his entire family. So why do you seem almost excited about it?
Well, if you marry him, he'll basically be adopted into our family, right? I mean, sure, he might want to keep his name, but we'll be the only family he has.
Yes, and?
Well, I suppose it's really important that I get to know him better, huh?
You putting a heart at the end of that leaves me more concerned than anything.
Oh, what do you mean? I just put that there for fun. There's no deep meaning behind it or anything.
Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna believe that. I know how you are. You've always wanted to try to snatch anything of mine, from books to boyfriends. I don't care how much you try to get in close with Frank, you're not going to have him.
Huh?
Don't act like you've forgotten. I certainly remember how you stole my boyfriend back in high school. Well, Frank absolutely hates people who only judge others by how much money they have. In other words, people like you. It won't matter how much you try to get in close with him. You won't be able to take him from me.
Oh, my dear sister Claire. You really are still a child, aren't you? You still just don't understand a thing. Everything in the world is decided based on whether you have money or not. If something truly top class just appears before you, doing everything you can to take it for yourself is just human nature.
Oh, you're bringing that logic back up again. Didn't you learn the first time you tried to lay your hands on a married man and ended up losing what would have been a really lucrative job?
Oh, come on. What are you bringing ancient history up for? That was what, 7 years ago or so? I've paid my dues for that. I found a job that's over and done with already.
You think it's all over and done with? Did you somehow forget the impact your little stunt had on our family? That old job guaranteed you a place to live and you completely squandered it. Your stupidity made Dad decide to quit his job earlier than he planned, also he could keep your pathetic self from living homeless. Meanwhile, Mom couldn't believe Dad was essentially throwing away their future just to protect you and divorced him because of it. Thanks to that, I'm now stuck having to be a primary breadwinner, but despite only having recently left trade school. Your idiocy brought this on all of us. What part of this is over and done with?
Ugh, you just never could stop blabbering, could you? Look, I'm trying to relax and your lecture has stressed me out, so I'm going to stop talking.
You're the one who started this conversation to begin with, remember?
Yeah, whatever. I'll be finishing up my bath and going to sleep shortly.
Try not to drop your phone in the water getting out.
Hey, Claire, what's going on here?
Oh, what is it now? I'm at work. Can't this wait?
Did you and Frank seriously just file your marriage registration?
Yes, we did. What about it?
You're so cruel. What's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Frank likes me, not you.
Oh, does he? Where did this come from all of a sudden?
I know what you did. You somehow falsified his side of the marriage papers and secretly filed them yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, no. If I did that, I'd be in some serious legal trouble. I'd almost definitely end up in jail.
Oh, well, that'd be just great, wouldn't it? With you out of the way, that would get rid of any obstruction keeping me and Frank from happily becoming husband and wife. only need to notify the proper authorities right away.
I didn't think this would need explaining, but that means that the files I submitted are not fake. You realize that?
Oh, don't think you can lie your way out of this.
Hey, Nina,
What?
do you really not realize that you're the one who's got the wrong idea here?
Excuse me?
Look, Frank and I are finally going to be living together starting tomorrow. He wants to really get to know our family, so he's staying with us for a while first. Could you try not to be a complete embarrassment while he's around? I feel like you can at least have a little self-control when it comes to what you say or do.
Oh, he's gonna be living here starting tomorrow.
Yeah, did you forget? I've talked about this before. I said that he wanted to really feel like he was a part of the family since he lost his, so he wanted to stay with us a while first.
Oh, right. I remember that now. Yeah, it's all coming back to me. Wow, Frank is just so secretive, isn't he? He really likes beating around the bush. I wonder if he's actually really shy.
Huh? You lost me.
Oh, nothing you need to worry about.
Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna believe that.
Well, I'll just have to clean up my room a bit. After all, I can't exactly let him see something scandalous when I invite him to my room.
Oh, don't worry about that. Frank's never gonna be going into your room anyway, so it won't be an issue.
Oh, don't be so sure. You might say that now, but we'll see what happens.
Good morning, Frank. Have you finished getting everything ready to move?
Yeah, I'm just about to head out.
I've set up a partition in my room so you can have a separate space to do your work in. It might be a little cramped though, sorry about that.
Nah, it's fine. I can get my work done in a small space. It's certainly gonna be better than the old cubicles I had to work in.
Are you really sure? My mother and sister live here too, remember? I'm sure I've told you all about them. My sister in particular has been constantly texting you for months, hasn't she? You'd have to start dealing with her in person.
I'm telling you, I'll be fine. I told you before, didn't I? This is all just laying the groundwork, remember?
Yeah, I guess so.
I understand why you're uncomfortable. Your mom and sister have been treating you terribly for the past 20 years. Frankly, I'd be worried about you if you weren't at least somewhat concerned about me moving in. Just have faith in me, okay? I can handle it.
Oh, of course. I believe you'll do just fine. It's just... Well, I know I've really talked to you a lot about all of these terrible things my mom and sister did. I'm just worried they might start doing things to you too.
Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. I took all of that into account when thinking through what I wanted to do. I chose to start living at your family home bearing all of that in mind. So please, just leave it to me. I've got this.
Okay, got it. Just please, if there's anything at all I can do to help, please be sure to let me know.
Of course, when that time comes, I'll be counting on you.
Claire? Am I mistaken, or does Frank not even have a job?
Huh?
I just stopped by to see Frank in your room.
Oh, I'm glad to see my request for you to not enter my room without permission was completely ignored.
Oh, shut up. Don't bother worrying about that. It's been a month since Frank moved in, and I haven't seen him leave the house to go to work or anything. So I figured that he did remote work since that's become much more common nowadays. I went in your room so I could see if he was actually working in there. But when I went in, I saw that his computer screen just looked like he was watching videos or playing games or something.
Oh, yeah. Now that you mention it, I hadn't told you, had I? Frank quit his job.
He quit his job? He had a super lucrative job with a huge company and he quit?
Yeah, he quit a month ago.
Wait, a month ago? That's the day he started living with us, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's right.
I can't believe this. To think that he would just be fine with living off the family he just married into? What a parasite!
Huh?
He's nothing but a lazy shut-in. He tricked me.
Oh, is he now? So he's just on the same level as you then?
What are you talking about? My case is different. I'm fine the way I am. I didn't object to him staying here because he made a lot of money, but I didn't hear a thing about him quitting his job. And here I was trying to make him my husband one day.
Hey, Nina, you do realize you just typed that out, right? Damn, you're dumb. Well, I can't believe you're still going on about that to begin with, but I'm not even surprised anymore.
If there's a rich man around, I have the special privilege of getting to choose whether to marry him or not myself.
A special privilege? What sort of pampered princess do you think you are?
Shut it! I've changed my mind anyway. For a man with such a lucrative job to just up and quit? For a man like him that wants to become my husband, quitting his job just makes him worthless to me. I can only imagine his brain is just rotting away. For him to do something so monumentally stupid.
Wow, you are just a cavalcade of misunderstandings, aren't you?
Excuse me?
Oh, I'm just talking to myself, that's all.
No, you were clearly insulting me. You don't talk to yourself when texting. I'll have to discuss this new development with Mom. There's not exactly any reason to marry a man who won't be able to provide for me after all.
Frankly, I don't think that's the first thing I'd worried about. It would be the understatement of the year to say I have doubts about Frank ever being willing to just provide for you while you do nothing.
Well, what you believe doesn't matter. He's lost every shred of value he ever had to me. I would be more than happy to give him back to you.
You're utterly delusional if you thought I was ever giving him to you in the first place.
Oh, shut up already! I'm going off to talk with Mom. We'll figure out what we're gonna do with the two of you. I'm pretty sure we'll have our decision by tonight, so you'd better get ready.
Yeah, sure, you have fun with that. Hey Frank, how'd it go? Was everything okay?
Oh, hey Claire. You're talking about Nina, right?
Yeah, she just texted me. When she heard about you quitting your job, she practically blew a gasket.
Oh? What did she say?
Well, to put it simply, she called you a parasite. She then went on about how you lost all value to her as a potential husband.
Huh, I knew she'd have a reaction like that. You should have seen how she reacted when she saw my computer. She was shouting at me, calling me a waste of space, worthless, a beggar. You name it, she probably said it.
Frank, are you enjoying this?
Oh, does it look like I am?
Honestly?
Sorry. I just couldn't help laughing at how utterly predictable she was. That's all. I know you're worried. Sorry to sound like I'm making light of it. Anyway, just now I saw Nina and your mom storm out of the house in a huff. I think now would be the best time to put the final stage of our plan into action.
Got it. So since I'm about to head home, I should just head to that other house instead, right?
Yeah, that would be great. I've almost finished having everything transported out of the house. I'll also bring your stuff with me when I leave, so don't worry about a thing.
Thank you for doing all of this. I'm counting on you.
Not a problem, I've got this. Be careful on your way home.
I will, thanks. You be careful too.
Oh, Claire! I will hereby announce what Mom and I have decided as to the both of you. First off, Frank. We have found him to be an utter disappointment. We only allowed him to live here with us as your husband because he had a sizable income, but in spite of him wanting to become my husband, he quit his job and became nothing more than a parasitic shut-in. This is truly beyond the pale. So we'll be suing him so that we can be compensated for his despicable trickery. We intend to go after his severance pay as well as his current savings. In other words, we will be requesting everything he owns. We will ensure that he leaves all of his money with us and never sets foot on our doorstep ever again. As for you, you will henceforth be given the privilege of supporting both Mom and myself through your current job. We will also require you to divorce that worthless excuse for a man.
Oh my, what a sad proclamation. Truly, this is a lamentable turn of events. Seriously? Did you think you were making some grandiose speech or something?
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, where are you right now? Are you working overtime today?
Nope, I'm out of work.
Well then, hurry up and come home. You need to chase this worthless parasite out of her house.
Oh, Frank, he's already left the house for good.
Oh, is that so? I guess he just couldn't stand me giving him the cold shoulder,
Wow, you're still going on about that? Well, I've got a little question for you. Since your grand announcement accused him of being worthless because of how he quit his job, you and Mom intend to cut all ties with him, right?
Exactly right. I'm relieved that he got out of the house so quickly.
Oh, is that so? So I'm guessing you'll need to cut all ties with me too, right?
Huh?
Well, I just handed in my resignation today, and I'm now just going through my remaining paid time off.
You did what?
Well, this means I finally am cut off from this toxic family. Hooray!
What? Wait, Claire, what are you talking about?
Oh, right. You were intending to somehow sue Frank for all that he owns, right? Well, I'm pretty sure that if you brought your case to any court in the country, you'd be either laughed out or thrown in jail for contempt. So, while it may not be everything we own, I left all the money I had on hand in my room for you. Does that work?
Oh, you did? How much is there, would you say?
I'm not sure. Several $100,000, I think. I think it was around $500,000 or so.
$500,000?
You won't have any complaints with that, right?
Well, no, that seems fine to me. Well, then I suppose we'll cut all ties with you too. Consider yourself disowned.
Thank you so much. Bye now.
Claire, pick up the phone. What have you done? What stunt are you trying to pull?
Oh, what's this now? Is this what you call disowning me? I mean, come on, you can't last 5 minutes without talking to me again.
This is no laughing matter.
Oh, whatever do you mean?
That $500,000 that you were talking about leaving behind? It's all play money. I found an envelope with my name on it in your room, but when I opened it, I just saw $10,000 in bills. What is the meaning of this?
Ah, that, huh? That is something I had bought for Frank's office New Year's party.
His what now?
That's the only money I had on me to leave behind. I was really in a bit of trouble as I couldn't figure out a good place to put those bills. I'm glad I managed to figure out a way to get rid of them.
What? What is this nonsense you're spouting?
Huh? I don't understand. I told you exactly what I was doing, and even made sure you didn't have any problem with me doing so. You gave me the okay yourself, don't you remember? It wasn't even an hour ago.
No, you know very well that's not what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm afraid I don't really care. After all, I'm disowned from the family already, right? So there's no reason to talk to you anymore. Bye-bye for good.
Answer me, Claire!
So with that all over with, my husband and I didn't respond to my sister's shrieks and finished moving. We moved quite far away, so we're pretty sure it'd be just about impossible for my mom or sister to track us down. Oh yeah, as for why Frank quit his job, he's had a side job going for a while, and his income from that was on track to exceeding the income from his main position. From now on, both of us are going to be focusing on building this business, so we both needed to quit our jobs to give it the proper attention. I was surprised when Frank accepted the offer to live at my now former family's house, but his whole plan was to get us cut off from them in one fell swoop, and his plan worked even better than I'd ever imagined. Having lost their breadwinners to leech money off of, my mother and sisters seem to now be relying on shady lenders for money. Following that, they obviously couldn't pay back the loans, so the interest just piled up. Now they're hounded by debt collectors day in and day out, and I don't think my sister's silly attempts at lawsuits will be of any help.
Thank you very much for watching. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Please look forward to the next video.